Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another stream, welcome to another video. Welcome to part 5 of working on this guy here. You may have thought part 4 I was finished, but as you can see here, by all my little pieces, I'm not done. I took it all apart, almost all apart, and painted it all black. So, what am I doing next? Let's find out. Well, we're actually going to be painting it all white again, but not quite white. I'm going to be painting it all with Tamiya's insignia white, which, as you can tell, well, it kind of looks white, right? But when you actually compare it to something that's actually white, it's not quite there, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to be painting this guy white. I'm just going to mix this up real good. You know, what is this thing? This is my little paint mixer that I bought off of Amazon. Mixes paints a heck of a lot faster than I could ever mix them, and yeah, works great. Okay, that's nicely mixed. I'm going to fire up my air compressor here, and we're going to get started. So everything's all black, everything that was white except for a couple of tiny little pieces that are on his arms. Everything is black. Everything that was white is now primered black. It's not really, well, it is primer. I used the Mr. Surfacer black. That's what everything is done in. Okay. I did do up the guns, finish those off. Those are now a nice gunmetal-y color. If you remember his bazooka, this was white. The barrel was white. That's now a nice gunmetal color, accented with black. Yeah, so that's that. His rifle is just simply gunmetal, and I added a little bit of silver on the edges to give it a little bit of a worn look. His legs, which were all purple, are now a gunmetal, but at the same time, even though it's gunmetal, I didn't do it so thick as to completely cover the purple. So when you look at it, the camera's probably not going to pick it up, even if I change to my overhead. It's probably not going to pick it up. It might, but it might not. You can see there is just a little tinge of purple in it. I guess the camera does pick it up. That's a nice camera. It's just a little tinge of purple in underneath that gunmetal. Okay? Makes it look a little bit more, you know, of a machine. I also did kind of his waist area in the same fashion. This was all just that purple color, and that's now all kind of a gunmetal, a purpley gunmetal color. Okay. As far as his chest, didn't change any of the color. I just added a bit of little silver, mimicking some wear on the edges to make it look like this guy did not just roll off the assembly line. Okay. And I assembled the base. This is the base that he can stand on. Okay. It's a nice little gimmick. I even did the little things. Now this guy actually comes up and does that. And then this mimics him launching like that. As you slide this thing forward, the feet come up and it launches them off of there. And then once you get it lined up, you put it back like that. So yeah, there's the base that he comes with. So that's kind of a neat little feature. Okay, but we're painting. So we got to get some painting done. That's about it. I took them all apart and I did that yesterday. Same thing with his hands. His hands got taken apart and a nice little coat of gunmetal on his fingers. So it looks a little bit more metallic-y. Yeah, okay. So I am going to transfer these over to my painting table here so I can start working on them. I will change the camera to my painting cam so you guys can see all that wonderful painting that I'm gonna do. And yeah, because I know there are some of you guys out there that like to watch the painting process, and there are others that find it very boring. So, you guys who find it boring, don't watch this episode. Or just skip ahead until the end when I'm putting it all back together. Right? There's always that option. So, I want to actually use my other airbrush. This one has a 0.3 needle in it. Okay, so it's more for spraying bigger areas. And I have this one which has a 0.18 needle in it. And I like to always check before I get into this to see, make sure my needle is not stuck. Because I have, once or twice, I've gone to start spraying and realized I didn't clean the needle properly and it got stuck. The paint inside dried, and I go to spray and there's absolutely nothing coming out, because even though I'm pulling the trigger back and it looks like this thing is moving, it's actually just sliding on the needle, and the needle's not moving at all, right? And it turns out that I just had some paint stuck in there and the needle couldn't move because I hadn't cleaned it properly. I thought I had, but I hadn't. And so that's something to keep in mind and watch out for. So this has already got a little bit of thinner in it. So the Tamiya paint, I find, even though you can thin it, which I have done, I've put a little bit of thinner, so this is maybe about like 70-30, maybe about 30% thinner, just to give it a little bit thin, and it's all right. But I think I do want to thin it just a little bit. Now that I've gone and said I don't need to, I feel like just shaking it in the jar. I want more. I think that's going to be more than enough needed. I find the Tamiya paint is already thin enough to spray, and the results I get with it are perfectly satisfactory. I don't have any complaints. If there was a complaint, I would say maybe I have a tendency to mist it on and not do a heavy enough coat for the most part. But that's not really a complaint. That's just a tell of my technique not being perfect. Yeah, see, that's much thinner now. So, put this in the cup. I don't like to fill the cup up. I would much prefer to have to get more than to have a bunch of leftover in the cup and then pour it back in, because that has had its few minutes to try and dry up and thicken and stuff like that, and I don't like doing that. So I've got that. I'm going to change my camera over to this one. Thanks for showing how to do the airbrush stuff rather than just fast forwarding to results like many YouTube guys do. Oh, you're welcome, you all. Thank you. So we've got that in the cup there. I'm going to change the camera so we can get started. I'm going to start by, I'll start with the shield here, and I'll get that done first. So let's switch over here. Hello, I'm over here now. And I'll try and keep this in frame so we can do this. A little test here, see how my flow is. It's going pretty good.
So it's an idea to take a look at how you give a chance to use the drive to see if there's more right? So you can do that. Okay, fine. All right, let's start off. How's your mind? Stay safe. Drop by. Nice. Spin that. There. It's not working.
Rethink this. Okay, I need to rethink this. This is, let me get my garbage can out here. This is not performing well at all. And I think it's because it's too thin. I'm getting some splattering. I think I need to clean my tip. So, let's get some cleanup done on here. Just blast some of this out of here. Yeah, it's okay, so I've thinned that out. Let's clean this up. I don't know if my tip is really the dirty part or what, but we're going to clean it. Just in case. I've definitely got some buildup on the edge here. Trusty little brush. Okay, so this tip is clean now. Which technically I don't need. No, there's a lot of guys, they use their airbrushes without that tip on at all. They like to be able to get in really close. And so they don't use this tip. They just leave it off. Oh, hello again, Mega Boy. Yeah. So there's the nozzle. Let's get to cleaning this part off. Okay, cup is dry, which I don't like. I don't like having dried paint in my cup. I like to clean it out really nice. So I'm going to thin down that paint. I'm actually going to mix it and thin it out because it's plugging up in the nozzle and I'm getting splattering, and I really don't like that at all. Let's put our nozzle back on. Okay. Just cleaning up that last little bit. Clean off that tip of the needle. There we go. Okay, we're good to go again. So this time though, see, I got two different cans of thinner here. One is for doing the cleaning like that, and one is I use strictly for mixing because it's pure, right? So I like it pure. Okay, so this time mix it a little more. Now that's really thin. Now that should be able to, I should be able to turn the pressure way down on that and not have any problems, in theory. Okay. Let's see how this does. Let's go back to this camera and we'll see. Painting cam. Here we are. Hi. All right. Yeah, no more splatter. We are clean. We're good. We're good to go. So, I'm going to take a little break. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I need to mix up some more of this to do my last little tree, and I still have a couple of more to do. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes, take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll get back to it, okay? So just be patient, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Alright, so I mixed up some more paint. I got a couple of more pieces that I need to do here, plus I have all of these to do, okay? So, I'm going to put these here, and we're going to put these here. Actually, now that these are painted, I'm going to fill one up a little bit more to allow me to put a few onto this one so they're not quite so crowded when I'm putting them away. Okay. And I actually have a couple of pieces that I missed a spot on these. So I gotta do these still. So switch the camera back and we'll go back to it. Hello again. These guys to add to our collection.
Let's do what we think's right now.
All right. And that is it. That's it. That's it. All done. All the white paint is done. Done, done, done. So what's that mean? What's next? Well, that means I gotta clean up my brush. Okay? I gotta clean this out. Okay? And just about perfect. I'm almost empty. So, let's get to cleaning. So, we got to start the process of reassembly on this guy. So we can start with the shield. And the shield really only had this part taken off so that I wouldn't have to mask it. So it can just go right back on. It should be able to just go right back on. Once I get it lined up. There we go. She's back together, looking like a shield. She had a little red piece that goes up here. Just like that. Bingo. Okay, there's our shield back together. And now we have the decals that we're going to go on there. We can put them on now. So, actually, I have my glasses. I got the wrong glasses on. Go. That started. So this one doesn't go on this side, it goes on this side. Go. There's our decals on the shield. Done. Okay, shield is done. Let's put them over there. Okay, so we're going to start with this. Half of this stuff, part of the challenge is remembering where it all goes, right? That's kind of part of the challenge now. Where does this piece go? I know this was part of something and it had a thing that goes over top. It actually had one of these. I believe this connects into here, like so. Yes. But what was this part? This is part of his arm. It's part of his arm. Okay. And we have another part that looks very similar to this. It's going to complement, it's going to be the other side of his arm. It's going to go like this. Alright. So, how did this go together? I believe it went like this, or maybe it's like this. No, it had to be like this. This one went on here. See, now I regret not painting this other one because it no longer matches. It's way too bright in there. I've got a blinding white piece in there. Compared to the rest of it, and it doesn't look right. It just that boy ain't right. So I should have painted that. Of course, now I don't have any more in my brush. This is all dried up in here, so I can't reload it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some weathering on that piece. So I'm going to grab my panel liner. And I'm just going to soak it in it. Just do a wash all the way around it like that. I'll do the same preemptively on this one. And that tones it down considerably. Okay, so now I got some on my thumb. got some here that I don't want. Okay. So with that, we've got the upper part of his arm. I gotta find those. Those are the two. That's this one. And this one. These ones are a little unique. I used my blue tack on the opposite end of my alligator clip. In order to stick them in there. So that's the front, so that goes like this. That should just slide down on top. And there we go. I think that's right. Yes, that's right. There we go. I gotta wipe my thumb better here. And then this guy goes in here like that. Let's sandwich them together. He went like that, and then his hands. Oh, speaking of hands, we need these guys. Lefts and rights, there's no such thing as far as these things go. Just kind of line them up, press them on. Providing you line them up properly. Maybe there is a left and right. I believe there is. Yes. All right. Hand is together. Thumbs backwards. There you go. And then I don't think there is. Well, there might be a left and right. I'm not sure which one is which on this. Because we have our line here determining that, and we've got our panels that are different here and here. Let's just make this guy his left arm. There we go. So we got that. The shoulder can go back in the top here. Remember, that was a good tough piece to push down. There we go. Shoulders in. And that's one. Okay, let's do his other one. We got this one. We got this piece. And this piece. And this piece. Alrighty, so going this direction, like this. Line that all up. And then line this one up. Snaps together, that was nice. And this goes on the back. And then this guy's got to go on. Like so. We got his other shoulder. Okay, we'll wait. Well, we can put it on. That. Okay. This other hand. She's a tight fit now. All right. Oh, we got this guy to go in here. Then this. Just like that. And this goes, turns around. And there's his right arm. All right. Two arms. They're ready. Shoulder pieces. Those are the fronts, or they could be the backs. Where are the other ones? We've got our other pieces. Here. There's that one. And that one, that's the front and back. We need our tops. This is one of the tops. where was the other top? Right here. Okay. We have our little yellow pieces, which go back inside. Like that. And we have our these guys. And these guys go, I believe that's a top, which meant this goes like this. I think that's how that goes. And then this went in like this. And then the front went on. Line it all up. It should go together. Just like that. And that's one shoulder. And we do the same again. Let's pick this one. That is up, so this goes like this. And this goes in there. And then we make a sandwich. Bingo. Alright, that's two shoulders done. So we can put these on. I don't think it really matters front or back on this, so we'll just choose this one. Goes on here like that, and then his arm goes on. Just like that, nice tight fit. This shoulder goes on, and then this arm goes on. Do you guys want me to change the camera so you can see this assembly a little better? Instead of just staring at my face? Maybe? Let's change it. Overhead cam, hello. Okay, let's do his head. Let's rebuild his head. We have his face and his neck. And where did I put his head? Alright, so this has to come apart again. His face goes in. Like that. His face mask was one of the last things I painted. Here's his mask. His mask goes on here. And then this goes together. Just like that. We can put, oh wait. Wait. We're not there yet. This has to go in. Then his face. Then the helmet. There we go. Now he's got his neck in. Now we put this little thing back on. His horns, is that what they call them? There we go. I took the sticker off of the back so that it wouldn't have to mask it. So now I'll just put it back on. Easier said than done. go, stickers back, and that's it for the stickers. And that's his head. Head is finished. Need some panel lining in there, and that'll look pretty cool. Put him back in. There we go. There's his head back on. I can put his little weapon rack thing back on his head. Get it lined up, it'll snap in. There we go. There. That's back on. Okay. Alright, next. Let's do his feet. Okay, because he needs something to stand on. This goes on here. Like that. And then you've got the back part, his heel. That's going to slide back down in there. Just like so. And I think that was it for his feet. So, well, let's do his other one. Here we are. The biggest thing, of course, was his legs. His legs had the most parts, and therefore were the most complicated. There's his feet. Bang, he's got feet. Do his waist. What parts for his waist? That part I just threw on the floor. This guy and his butt. And there was a small thing here. I think there's this and this. I believe are all for his crotch, groin. That goes on top there, and then it goes on the front. This, and then we got his little skirts. Snap in there and there. This piece goes on here, like that. Just like that. And that goes on the back. Just like so. Okay, and then we have our side skirts, which are here and here. This piece goes towards the back, which means it goes on this side, just like that. And then this one goes on this side, just like that. There's a skirt. Just like that. And that does look, in my opinion, that does look a lot better with all the metal, instead of that purple. Just looks that much better, I think. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, legs. Legs are the most complicated of parts, because there's a lot of parts. So I'm going to try and figure out and remember the parts that go together. So these are going to go like that. That's going to be the upper part, front and back. I remember they only go one way. I believe this is like this. Yeah. And then like this. Okay. We had these guys. And that's part of his knee that goes like right here. Like that. We have this. I have this tacked together. Because this slides into here. Like so. And goes in on this side. Like that. Why doesn't that line up? Oh, because I have it upside down. Hey, how about that? Okay. And then this goes over top. Like that. So for this side, we have the ones with the holes in it. This one and this one went over top like this. And then we have covers. I remember this one, I believe, was for the back. Like that. And then we have scoopy ones, a couple of scoopy ones. This might have gone over top like this, or no, like this. There's a certain order of operations for this one. This has to go on after this. Or it's just a matter of lining it up. Doesn't quite fit. Maybe there's a left and a right. Try the other one. Very possible Bandai does subtle things like making lefts and rights and you don't really notice it. When you're going by the books, you don't notice it. And you see this one fits much better. It's actually fitting there. So this has got to be for the other leg. And what else we got? Our sweeping parts. Not sure if there's left and right on these or not, but we're going to find out. This guy has to go on here. This. And I believe that is it. Other than these guys which go on the feet. We're almost done. Okay, there's that. Now, to put this together, we've got to put our little shock absorbers in there. Get our hydraulics working. And then that shoves down in there. So, and there's one leg done. We'll start on this one. Start with this guy. And we've got our two upper pieces. Have to go in. Like that. Got our kneecap. This guy. Something like that. Got our multi-piece here. So, just like that. This one goes on the front. Do this for simplicity. Just like that. One more piece. Where are you? Flame. This guy goes on the back. Click. Get them lined up for our shocks. Bingo. And we have lefts and rights on our legs, of course. Hindsight, pulling these out of the legs may not have been the best idea, but it works. They are together, they're in. Let's give them a nice pose, a nice stance. All right, now backpack. Backpack goes on, slides down. We're going to give him his shield, and we're going to put it on his arm like this. And his shield is going to go on here, like that. And we'll give him his gun. Once you get it lined up on the pegs, it sits nice, but getting it lined up can be a challenge sometimes. Of course, I had no problem the last couple of times. Now that I want to do it, you know what? One thing I've done with almost every other Gundam, I'm sure a lot of people won't like to hear this, but I've glued the gun in his hand because I hate trying to pose him and the gun comes out. All right, there he is. Ta-da! And so there's the Gundam painted, and he's exact same colors as he was. Well, almost, except for the gunmetal. The purple is now gunmetal. I did leave the purple on his front of his feet here, but that's it. Ta-da! So that's going to conclude the build of the RX-178 Mark II Gundam. All done, all finished. The only thing left to do now is put on some decals and do some weathering. I'm going to do a little bit of some, you know, some greased spots and maybe a little bit of rust here and there, where he's maybe taken a hit or whatever or something like that, and got a little bit of damage and it never got cleaned up and now it's starting to rust. Little things like that. Do a little bit of that, put some of these decals on, and I'll take some pictures and I'll put it up on my Instagram, and that'll be it. And that so concludes the build of this Gundam. I'll show you this little thing again, our little base or stand that he comes with. Move his arm here, and he stands right in there, and so they can actually have, you know, the pilot can actually come out. It's a neat little gimmick. It's adds a little bit of, I don't know, realism or immersion into the whole Gundam world, right? Yeah, so that's it. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Next is going to be the F-15K, the ROKAF F-15K Slam Eagle, South Korean. That'll be my next project. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for watching me build a Gundam. Leave a comment down below if you like this stuff. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And check out my Instagram. Links are going to be down below. Also for the Razor file that I love so much. I'm not sponsored, but I love this thing. If you want to check that out, see if you want to get one yourself. Links will be down below in the description box. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for coming out. And we'll see you all in the next one.